This is from The House of Mirth by Edith Wharton, and it's about a woman named Lily Bard who has basically lived on her looks for quite a while, but now feels she's losing them and has decided it's time to find a rich husband, so she's pursuing a man named Percy Gryce. She returned wearily to the thought of Percy Gryce as a wayfarer picks up a heavy load and toils on after a brief rest. She was almost sure she had landed him. A few days' work and she would win her reward, but the reward itself seemed unpalatable just then. She could get no zest from the thought of victory. It would be a rest from worry, no more, and how little that would have seemed to her a few years earlier. Her ambitions had shrunk gradually in the desiccating air of failure, but why had she failed? Was it her own fault or that of destiny? She remembered how her mother, after they had lost their money, used to say to her with a kind of fierce vindictiveness, "But you'll get it all back. You'll get it all back with your face."
All life includes loss. It's taken me many, many years to learn to deal with that, and I don't expect I'll ever be fully resigned to it. But that doesn't mean we have to turn away from the world or stop striving for the best that we can do and be. We owe that much to ourselves at least, and we deserve whatever measure of good may come of it.
He saw her running in the women's race, her arms close to her sides. She was among the stragglers and stopped and walked off the field laughing and wiping her face and throat with a handkerchief of the same material as her silk summer dress. Leventhal was standing near her brother. She came up to them and said, "Well, I used to be able to run when I was smaller." That she was not accustomed to thinking of herself as a woman and a beautiful woman made Leventhal feel very tender toward her. She was in his mind when he watched the contestants in the three-legged race hobbling over the meadow. He noticed one in particular, a man with red hair who struggled forward, angry with his partner, as though the race were a pain and a humiliation which he could wipe out only by winning. What a difference, Leventhal said to himself. What a difference in people.
We're back following some inspirational readings there. You guys all did wonderfully, by the way.
Thank you.
You're so impressed that we can read.
Read and write. How about that? Nicholas, as we enter the new year here, what else would you recommend besides your own novels?
You know, I read a great book, and it's a couple years old. It's called The Passage by Justin Cronin. I just thought it was one of the great novels written in the last 5 years. And I say now would be a great time to read it because the follow-up is coming out next year. I think it'll give you time to buy it, read it, and do everything because the next book called The 12 is coming in August. I think people will enjoy that.
Fantastic book, absolutely. The Passage. Brad?
I'm a sucker for young adult. I love The Hunger Games. The first book just sucked me in. I'm glad they're making a movie. I don't care if the movie is great or not. To me, that first book is gold. Simple and easy, and I think it gets a lot of kids reading, but it's like Harry Potter to me for adults too, and gets you thinking about your own life, which is to me the most important part of a good book.
Jennifer?
I read a book called Butterfly's Child by Angela Davis Gardner, which is just about to come out in paperback, and it follows the fate of Madame Butterfly's mixed-race child who goes back to America and is raised in the late 19th century by his white father, and it's a really fascinating historical novel, fantastic for book groups.
We are so happy that all three of you could come in. Thank you so much for sharing these inspirational stories. Happy holidays.